Concord has gone down in history as one of the worst mistakes that the gaming industry has committed. There's plenty of steps that could have been taken in order to make Concord into an actual successful piece, but instead they just continue to make mistake upon mistake along the way. I think that one of the first problems with Concord is definitely its design, but it's not for the reasons that people have been talking about it all over the place. I believe that Concord's design actually fails to catch what I call an objective focus. It doesn't seem like this design actually intended to be focused in a particular way. You know how in Overwatch the design is a little more cartoonish. It's almost as if they were cartoon characters moving around. So you actually expect the movement that they actually have in Overwatch to be somewhat of a fantastical type of movement. Conquered, on the other hand, while having heroes with superpowers or technology that would allow for movement, abilities, attacks, and weapons that just don't exist in reality and simply would not possibly work properly with the physics that affect our world, then they come up with this ultra realistic style. It's obvious that there's gonna be a little bit of an uncanny valley feeling when you see this. And I want to raise attention towards superhero movies and the way that they probably influenced Concord, and also the way that they actually didn't really have to change that much and the game would still be alive today if they had changed the design, I believe. This might be my personal opinion, it might not be very popular. I believe that just changing the design to be a bit more cartoonish, to be a bit more, you know, fantastical, not necessarily anime, but because it seems like the characters in Concord, from what I saw, arguably, I haven't seen much, it seems like these characters kind of try to emulate comic book characters. I feel like a comic book or a comical more style would definitely have made Concord survive up to this point. Unfortunately, I really don't know why they decided to go with this ultra realistic. I can guess that maybe they were pushed by PlayStation to do this so that they could showcase how good the graphics can be and the potential of the PlayStation 5 Pro. But I don't know if it's worth to spend an entire $400 million in doing that. I mean, maybe, but it just seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, imagine this. Have you seen the Concord trailer? If you haven't, I would recommend that you go watch even at least 2 minutes of it. You will notice that the humor that it does is what people have come to call the millennial humor, like the modern humor, soft modern. It feels like that cringe little tiptoeing, like walking on. Like right. But the reason why it's so jarring is because the character actually look in that trailer. They look like they are actors pretending to be superhero characters and then working together with CGI to make the game exist. Sorry if you hear the thunder. It's about to rain cats and dogs over here. But what I'm telling you is, imagine it was Spider-Man saying that, right? With the Spider-Man style, and you have maybe like, I don't know, Doctor Octopus right there talking to him and saying those things. It'd be fine. It'd be a little cringe, but it'd be okay. It'd be okay because they were cartoon characters. They are comical, and it's fine if it's cringe. It's fine if they try to be funny like that and it doesn't work that much. It's, again, the fault of the writers, but people would actually swallow that. Instead, when you have a person that it actually just looks like there's a fucking person in there acting like this. It makes you cringe. It makes you feel like there's an uncanny. It's just, how could they see this and just let it through like that? And again, the character designs, they're not necessarily bad per se. The problem with Concord is it looks as if the game was based off of a comic that was already successful. That's the feeling I get. I feel like when I saw the trailer, I thought there has got to be like a comic book, right, with these characters and their personalities and the situations. And then after that comic book was successful, then maybe there's more media and now a video game. That's the feeling that I get. And I think that if you know anything about these comic books, I mean, with new Marvel's cinematic universe popping off like that, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing is, Concord, they got nothing, right? It's like they're trying to run before crawling. Of course, if you see a baby sprinting through the hallway, that's just gonna scare you. That's gonna look weird. And then these guys just come out and just put that in. Nah, man. Let's talk about the trash cans design. I want to talk about that. When I saw it, I thought, okay, I can see what they're trying to do here, right? Immediately, I thought about the suits that bomb squad people put on when they're going to deactivate bombs or something like that. When they defuse a bomb, they put these big, bulky suits, and then the thing's abilities sort of resemble that. Like I don't know what to call that. Like pneumatic fucking explosion type, right? Suction and pushing and sucking and exploding, right? That concept, I don't remember what it's called now, but I'm sure someone might be able to tell me. I feel like that design would have been great if it was comical and then they could go over the top. But instead, what you end up, it's a robot that looks kind of like a trash can. But if I look at it, that's what I see, and I think someone in the team probably wanted to have this art direction. When I look at the big guy in the comic, this big bulky guy, you always have to have the slow big guy, right? It's a part of building a little team of characters that are like, right, that they got their differences, but they could still be together, whatever. But if it was comical, it wouldn't look so out of place. And this guy just straight up looks like he was taken out of a comic from Marvel or DC. I think it would have been great if it was comical. That's what I think. I feel like nobody has really said anything about that in that sense regarding Concord, and I feel like this is really it might just actually be the reason why the game didn't have a chance to succeed or even survive. I feel like the way that the game looks, I haven't really looked at much gameplay, to be honest. I may have to maybe study this a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't really want to do that. I just kind of want to move past it. I got a little curious, and then I wanted to talk about this, and I just don't have anybody to say. Oh my God. Hey, you want to talk about Concord? Hey, anybody want to talk about Concord? No. I don't think anybody's gonna, right? And so I wanted to make this little video. Thank you for watching, though. There's a couple more opinions that I have about Concord, but I think that you've already heard everything else. I think this is probably the one thing that I haven't heard anybody mention, and I think that if you really put your mind to it, like just look at the gameplay, look at the cinematics, and imagine Overwatch characters saying this, bro. I don't know if maybe my mind is becoming biased or started to rain. I don't know if maybe I'm going crazy, but I'm pretty sure that in Overwatch cinematics we had extremely similar or pretty much the same type of humor and interactions with the characters. There's another thing I wanted to talk about. The interactions between the characters didn't really feel very fluid. I didn't feel like there was too much chemistry with these characters. They're supposed to be like together for a team or something like that. I don't know. I'm reminded of Avengers, the first Avengers movie, where the interaction between the characters was one of my favorite things. I don't know, man. I think, what the hell? Anyway, thank you for watching the video. If you did, make sure to give me a like and subscribe. I don't know. Maybe I'll become a YouTuber. Hey, let me know your comments. Right? I may not be much interested in Concord anymore, but the only thing that I am interested about is video games. So if you're similar, hey, shoot me a comment. I want to hear what you think. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm not cooking anything over here. Maybe this is just a nothing burger, and I'm still hungry. I don't know. Anyway, see ya.